us this morning in our evolving space of transformation here. Just a few announcements as we begin. We had some questions last week about the need for leaders up here to be masked or not. What we understand from public health is performers, and we come under the same category as people performing. If we're more than 12 feet from the nearest audience member, congregation counts as an audience in that description, then masks are not necessary, and that's why you see we're spread out up here. And so if it's easier for you to hear us that way, but if you are sitting together in the pews singing, you have to have your masks on. So just wanted to clarify that. Also want to clarify this week, if you receive an email that allegedly appears to be from me, and it is asking you to go to the store and purchase gift cards to give to some dying cancer victim and email the information directly to that victim, it's a scam. I have no control over it. Somebody's out there masquerading as me right now on email, so if you get an email that looks suspicious, just delete it. If it's from me personally, it will come from an email address with my name as the suffix. Most likely it'll be from minister@rickbrown.ca. If it doesn't come from @rickbrown.ca, it's not me, it's fake. Or it'll come from the church address with the suffix St. James Waterdown. So if it doesn't have either of those two, St. James Waterdown or rickbrown.ca, it's not me. Linda, did you want to say something?
I received that email, and how I knew it was a scam is because they spelled minister wrong.
Yes. That's another thing, if you don't know, that scammers do intentionally. They intentionally include grammar and spelling errors in their emails as, I hate to say this, a way of weeding out people that would recognize that it's potentially a scam. So their thought process is, if you're willing to overlook the spelling and grammar, then you're probably the kind of person that is scammable. So if you see spelling and grammar mistakes, I'm pretty fastidious about my spelling and grammar. Not perfect, but I'm pretty fastidious about it. It's probably not from me if it's full of spelling and grammar mistakes. So anyway, just be on the lookout for scams. It's not just me, you'll get them from other places, and I can't stop it from happening. So just go ahead and delete it. From my heart this week, I want to thank you all for the incredible response we had this week to the search for Denise Gloucester. We put the word out quickly this week, and within an hour, thanks to Martha's help, we had been able to get the word out to every church in Burlington, Flamborough, and Hamilton. I was at the command center in Coketown for part of the morning, and I was there long enough to see people from our own congregation showing up to help with the search. There were hundreds of people that came throughout the day to volunteer. I didn't stick around there long enough to see everybody. I went to be with the family for the rest of the day, and sadly I was with the family when the police arrived to share with them the tragic news that Denise had been found deceased. And thank you for the outpouring of warmth and affection to the Gloucester family. Their daughter does live here in Waterdown. They have been in this building. And when our pride flag was vandalized this summer, they were one of the families who contributed support to that ministry. So they are regular worshipers here, but they are connected with this congregation, and it was very heartwarming to them to see the incredible response from here. That was very touching to them. So thank you very much for all of your support, whether on the ground or otherwise, for that tragedy this week. Also, while we are thanking people in midst of all of this, to thank the guys who have helped make all of this possible so far. I'm not sure how many are here this morning, but I'm going to name them anyway at the risk of missing anybody, because it's worth naming names. Dave Rice, is Dave here this morning? Yes. Oh, there he is. Dave Sindri, is he here this morning? No, he's golfing today, I think, isn't he? Yes. And Bob Donnelly, is he here this morning? Wanted to say special thanks to Bob because he's leaving this week for Florida, so we won't get a chance to say thanks to him again until he gets back. But all of the welding for the brackets, Bob did himself. And George Johnson, is George here this morning? I don't see him. And of course, Rick, thank you. Can we express our gratitude to these guys? Dave, did I miss anybody?
Yeah, David Lee, he's been here on Thursday morning.
Okay, thank you. And David Lee as well, thank you for that. Want to thank you all for all the hard work that you have put in so far, and for the work that is to come. But just want to pause today and say thank you for that. There are others who have also volunteered and offered to help out, and we will get you busy laboring soon. And Rick, you wanted to express some thanks in terms of stewardship.
I did. Yes, as you can see, things are starting to look a little construction-worthy around here. We've got some lighting all hooked up, and it's all we could do out here to get Reverend Rick to shut the thing off, or he would have had the lights going, and we kind of would like to present everything all at once when everything's completed.
I like to play.
I know. Okay, good morning. The thermometer is going up. Today, Together We Grow fundraising initiative has reached 10%. This is something that we can all be proud of. A very good start to something much bigger. Thank you. A little round of applause. We will be creating a photo booklet of pictures as the work on the sanctuary continues to completion. Which will be made available on our website as a way of thanking each and every one of you that helped Together We Grow succeed. You see, Together We Grow isn't simply about raising money to change our sanctuary. That is a big part of it. But more importantly, we are in the process of formally coming together as a congregation so we can spiritually grow and provide service to our community more effectively. Your generosity will allow St. James United Church to focus on its mission of providing programs and services that will impact our community and beyond. Because of your continued support, we will open the doors for the next generation. Right now I have a little word here on my thing here. It says story time, so bear with me. I'd like to share a little story about someone from our congregation that just so happens to be my son, Jonathan. As most of you know, he's grown up mostly as a single-parent family, and for that is a good thing, considering all that he's been through. So, at the beginning, it's a journey for me that you're thinking, okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen here. So you begin to seek support, and it started with family support. And then, next week, it came to a point where we started seeking community support. So as it started, we were looking for churches, a good grounding for a young man, and other churches never had youth groups or Sunday school. So we ended up here. Jonathan's now in grade 12, and he's making some, as far as I'm concerned, some pretty good choices because of the people that he met here. He continues to have friendships, Evan Thackeray, Kate Thackeray, and all these kids from the youth group that he was here, I think Shelby is one of them, that they are a group of kids that our programs here at St. James allow them to have a good grounding and a good foundation for making positive choices when presented with whatever the world throws at them. This is what your donations here do. They provide the programs and the services that change people for the better. Anyway, I'd like to conclude. Your gifts are giving young people a chance to achieve their potential, empowering people of all ages to lead spiritually healthier lives. And this is what growing together really means.
Thanks, Rick. From the heart, as a parent of teenagers, I was definitely related to every word. Thank you for sharing that. You nailed it. Yeah, that's what we're